Thabo Mbeki has welcomed the outcomes of the Seriti Commission on the arms deal probe. Mbeki, who refers to it as the arms procurement, says he always maintained that anyone with evidence should come forth and present it.
Mbeki says the report's findings echo the earlier arms deal inquiry and so do its critique. He says there will always be some people who won't allow the truth to defeat their strategic objective, that of painting the government as corrupt.
It becomes very frustrating, I'm using a mild word, when the same person who could not produce a single fact of corruption at the commission pops up now and said there was corruption.
The former president says in the past, people denounced the findings of the joint investigation team as a cover-up in exactly the same way as the findings of the Judicial Commission have been dismissed.
These allegations, without facts, but sustained over many years, are based on a stereotype. And the stereotype is African governments are generally corrupt. Therefore, this African government is corrupt.
Regarding the matter of illicit financial flows, Mbeki says his visit to Europe has shown that there is a keen interest in dealing with the matter, and that there is a need for sharing information and strengthening the capacity of African governments to deal with illicit cash outflows.
Strengthen the tax authorities on the African continent, otherwise that kind of information becomes useless. So this is part of what we then discuss with the US government to say, we know for a fact that there is this institutional weakness in terms of government structures on the continent. Will you therefore be ready to assist in terms of provision of resources and all that, to help us to beef up the capacity of these African institutions?
Mbeki says these outflows are of a serious concern, given inadequate growth and high levels of poverty. Africa is estimated to be losing more than 50 billion a year in illicit cash outflows. Meanwhile, the former president says South Africans need to engage each other in a national dialogue. He says the fact that the Constitutional Court read out a lesson on constitutional democracy shows all is not well. Lehana Trotetsi, SABC News, Johannesburg.